Alright, I'm going to try to take a picture of this now that the sun is shining in here. I got to do this quick. They're small. So let me show you them, then I'll give you the background, alright? Because I've tried to film these in the sun in my hand before I had these setups here and in the kitchen, and I just couldn't do it. So let me see if this will even come out. I can't really see that well. So I'm just going to show you as best I can. Then I'm going to explain what you're actually seeing and how cool this really is. And again, let me just try to make sure I'm sticking my head in here so to see if I can the one in the back there is the one I really need you to see. It's the tiniest, but let's see here. You're gonna have to kind of look around. This one's bigger, so let me show you this. Can't see. Hold on one second. I don't want to break any of them. I just want you to get at least to see some of it. Then I could try to play around with the camera. They're clear and very white. And then this one is hard because they're angled downwards in all kinds of ways. It may not look like much. Now let me see if I can do anything with this one. This one is the most amazing. Hold on one second. Alright, so I gotta put this in my hand. If I can get this on camera, it would be great. Where's the light? Let's see here. I'm just holding it steady because I can't really see. But if you see any beautiful little crystals, they're like fan-like, they're built into each other. The whole thing is like that. But the issue is, am I going to be able to show you the great parts and the great angles? But at the very least, if I could show you, where's the light again? And to make it worse, my screen is a little dirty. Okay, so if you look to the bottom left, the top, and then in here, I hope this does it some justice. I've been trying for years to get a good angle. I didn't have the camera at the time. I had the tablet. And you might only see a handful, but there are actually probably hundreds of them in there. This is the part that's hard because of the white in the back, which I'll explain in a minute. It looks like it might be coming out. You might only be seeing the same ones. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's very difficult. There's stuff back here that I want you to see, like all in here, that's really amazing. Seeing if I can get the right angles on it. It's very delicate, so I got to be careful. Here's the back side. Hold on one second. It's hard to do this with the light. Where did the light go? There it goes. Wait, I'm losing light. I'm losing light. Where is it? Ah. Okay, so I'm going to put this down for a second and see if I can get this one. So you can see the one sticking up, obviously. But down in here is just like that other one. There you go. You can see some of it. So you can see, like right there, there's going to be one pointing towards the back, one pointing towards the front, and they're larger. I just lost the focus. But you can see a whole bunch of little ones in there, right? So now let me get this one before the sun goes down. And then I'll try this in the kitchen again with my phone, but see all those points, crystal points? I'm going to tell you why this is so awesome. Now what you can't see is probably the ton that are inside that little cave in there, because it's a little bit difficult. But at least you can sort of see those. Alright? Now, let me get on to this one if I can, because this one is amazing, and I gotta be incredibly careful with this. And then I'll explain to you. Some of you might know this, some of you might not. So some of them are really nice shape. Some of them have a strange shape. They're skinny and they go to like really thick at the top. You can see them all in there. Sometimes maybe it's even better in the shade. You see them all? There are tons of them. Isn't that awesome? Now let me put this down very carefully. Now this here is the top, and these are like more like half the points, like maybe they're just the tops, not quite druzy. It's going to be difficult to show, but trust me, it's really, really cool. And it was this here, like the top of that there, like that. Oh, excuse me, that's not the top. That little guy is the top. So this one here with all those little crystals is the top of that in there, like that. Now this one here had a top. It actually had two tops, but the one wasn't so great. But this one is really cool, and it may not look like that now, but it's really cool. And then this here looks like nothing, and it might be hard to show, but yeah, it's going to be difficult. There's all crystals in there as well, but they're kind of like leaning on each other, and they're a little bit difficult to see. Oh, there you go, a little bit there. This one's better, but again, you can see the silvery, the clear ones better than the white ones. But again, it's a little bit hard. That's why I wanted to show you the other ones first. Now, one more, and then I want to show you them up close if I can. I don't know how this will be without the light, without the sun. But in there, there's a giant one right there. And then there's a ton of little ones. But you kind of can see them, but you kind of can't. But you get the picture. Like, this is a decent one, but I want to show you the other ones before this video gets long. Try it here real quick just to see if you can see. These are like snowflakes. They are absolutely perfect. If you saw this in your hand, they're about an eighth of an inch, and some are maybe a quarter of an inch. And you can look past the front and you can see them in the back, but for whatever reason, and again, it's just absolutely beautiful because they look like snowflakes. Some of them are single, but most of them like fan out like a snowflake shape. One more time, and then I'm gonna try it, and I tried it real quickly, but it didn't seem to go well. Okay, so that might be better. See how many more are in there now? Tried taking pictures of this for years. It just doesn't work out. So what you're seeing in the front is all in there. They're all in there. It's just absolutely awesome. There's even some on this side, but it's not good to see that. And I'm going to explain this as the title of the video will say. Oh, there it goes. I just hope, I can't see it that well. I can tell that it's focusing, but I just don't know how well it's actually focusing to show you how beautiful, and some of these are so perfect and so clear. But like I said, it's this guy here that I really, I'm going to try it in the shade. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I can't really tell, but how about this? All right. I'm going to try to bring this one in the kitchen and see if I can get it. Alright, so now you can see probably more and deeper in there, but you obviously saw how more beautiful they were when the light was shining in a better angle. It's hard to get these ones. There's a lot right in here, and they don't seem to show that well, but you can get it on the angle. You can understand what I'm saying. Now let me move to the other one, and then I'm going to explain it again. I promise I'll explain it. This one is the coolest. I had to glue some of the rock pieces that had the crystals back on, because they fell off, and I tried to put them back in the same place. The ones on the bottom stayed. I probably over acid bathed it, but isn't that awesome? And again, it's not really focusing. And there's a few of them. I have a handful that are really good. I left in a bag, and I was gonna one day try my best. Look at the ones down here. Shoot, hold on one thing. Again, I gotta be careful with this. They're all tons of crystals in there. And then, oh, now it came in focus when I went to put it out. Now this is the one I really, really want to see. Hold on one second here. Hold on one second. All right, so it might be reflecting because this one's small on there. Now I can't get a good view of it, so you probably can't see anything at all now, right? Because I can't. Oh, wait. I want it to really show in there this time. I mean, some of them are so small. See the one in the middle, like right where my finger wants to touch, that fan-like snowflake? And like I said, there's probably hundreds of them in here. And some of them, if you look way in the back, right there, you can see their tiny little points all in there. It's amazing. And if you look towards the far right top, you can see that one little point. Well, think about 100 of them all in here. The ones in the front that you got to see were bigger, obviously. Let me just try something real quick here. So like there's a whole row in them like that, just like the front ones. They're big, but they're not picking up on the camera at all. Let's see. It's weird, when I moved the camera, like to the far left of the camera is where the actual camera part is there. And when I move it way off center of the piece where I really want to show you, it then focuses. So like if I came here to do that, to zoom in, oh, a little bit better. Bizarre. Anyway, you kind of get what I'm saying. It's just one of those things, like if you held this in your hand, you'd be amazed. If you put the magnifying glass on it as well, you would just be like, wow, just absolutely beautiful. So hold on one second. All right, so I forgot about this one. This one is awesome. This is alligator rock, or crocodile rock. Now, again, I'm gonna try to get this where you can see it. Dang it. Maybe I'll bring it over there. Well, all those little gold things are iron pyrite cubes. If you see anything glowing, they're iron pyrite cubes. There's a big crystal here. And so, let's see. Okay, so it focused, but on an angle where you can't see anything. You kind of can see some of the crystals and stuff in there, and that this big one is like a white one, so it might not look like that clear one right in there, but trust me, it is. And then in there, it's just all crystals and iron pyrite, crystals and iron pyrite, crystals and iron pyrite. And it goes all the way around this side. And let me just see if I can get one nice focus on here. Okay, so look directly in the middle, just off center. There's one big crystal aiming downwards, and then just to the left of that, there's a whole bunch of little ones aiming up. And then in the back to the far right, there's tons of little ones. They're about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. The one hanging down is about a 1/2 inch, close to a 1/2 inch. The other ones are about 1/4 inch. And then all that pyrite gold stuff. And then there's a big crystal there. Oh, there it goes. So it's a little bit better. Now, I'll explain this while you look at that. So I found these all in a drainage ditch. And that green rock, I don't know what it is. So it had basically, let's see here. You see the more solid white stuff? That's probably some kind of quartz or something. But there was all other white stuff. And it was like a glaze. Like, it looked exactly like this white stuff. And I wasn't sure if the acid would even do anything to it. I saw it, I had done this when I cleaned my calcite rocks by accident. And I noticed that, and online, people were finding things hidden when they removed the calcite, and some of that glaze was probably calcite or some other kind of carbonate material that the acid eats away. I was astounded because it's like people on the internet would say they find things once in a while, not every time. So I pulled over on the side of my highway, which has about 200 yards of a drainage ditch, and there's a big parking lot area there for trucks or something. So I just started walking and picking a few that I thought might be able to, dissolve in acid. And all the ones you saw had everything in it. I was so amazed. I wasn't expecting to find anything, let alone these amazing little crystals. And you can even see the top there. There's like a pocket in there with little stuff. So I wasn't even expecting to find anything. Oh, went out of focus. And so the acid bath doesn't take too long, few hours, 24 hours. A few of them like this were more solid, and it took about 3 or 4 days. And I got it down to where I felt comfortable with the look of it, and that the crystals wouldn't fall off and everything. And a couple of them, like the big one that's on the side that's not really focusing well there, that's actually a pretty nice looking crystal. It just doesn't look like it because it ain't focusing. That is glued there because it fell off and I couldn't get it inside where it was, so I just stuck it there. So that's what acid does. It's a bath of water and some acid, muriatic acid, and it eats away. And you can find all these things in rocks. People have found garnets, giant cubes of iron pyrite. It's hard for you to see my pyrite unless I move the camera around. If you look down in the pit, like down in the middle, and I go like that, you can see all that gold stuff shining away. They're little tiny cubes of pyrite. I'll show you in a minute, a bigger one. They found garnet, pyrite, quartz, and all kinds of stuff. I happened to find mine that had all these wonderful crystals in it. All right, so that's a pyrite cube. So all that you saw in there's probably 50 or 100 of them in there, but they're like microscopic compared to, you could see them with your naked eye, obviously, and when you look under the magnifying glass, they look exactly like this. And that's how this stuff grows. I've never found this in public. I've found little bit version, like 2 to 3 times the size of the ones in there, which are still kind of incredibly small compared to this. And I've got them stacked on rocks in other places. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's what's inside here. All right, and then just really quickly here, let's see if this view shows anything, if I can let this focus for a second here. You can kind of see, if it focuses, you'll be able to see more crystals in the back. I'm not sure what it is with my camera, why it decides to focus. My only guess is that it's some kind of lighting. I don't know. Bounce back effect. Right here would be perfect if you could actually, let's see. Hold on one second. Let's see. And there it goes. Let's see. Trying to get it in there. Alright. Not really, but now let me just do this one more time. So that's what you can do. You find these are drainage ditch. Just a normal rock like that in a drainage ditch. And focus. Well, I'm pretty sure in the beginning it came out nice and you were able to see it. There's so many on the top here. My hand, see right where oh, there it goes. See those tiny little ones? They're everywhere. And that melted looking stuff is just the white carbonate material, I guess, that the acid takes. There's some bigger ones in there in the top right where you see it flat and melted, but I can't go any further or else the rest of them will get broken. Look at the bottom, darn it, the bottom part. They're looking like conglomerate. Hold on one sec. And oh, now I can tilt it so you can see it. Oh well, I think you get the picture. So you find yourself some rocks that have a whitish glazy stuff, and it might turn out to be something awesome and beautiful in there. You never know what you might find in a drainage ditch. All right, now I might include this in the drainage ditch rocks when I make that video. I'll link that video under there, because I found these in one drainage ditch. I found some amazing other drainage ditch rocks. I'll really brief you here. I did a short video, 5-minute video on a drainage ditch rock, and that rock that I did the video on, I found in this. And I'm not going to do this right now. I just want you to see how awesome that is. That's calcite, banded calcite, found in a drainage ditch around a corner from my house. And I say drainage ditch on the side of the highway. And real briefly, so you can see, you're not going to see the color, but that's honey, like a honey color, like a golden brown. And that's my big, bad, awesome one. That's the size of that. And just to show you a cut piece real quick, that's a cut and polished. That shows you what's inside. And I'll do a better video on this. I just wanted to show you drainage ditch rocks, just like the ones I just showed you. All right, so you never know what you will find on the side of the road, in a ditch, in a creek, dry creek, wet creek, lake, field, mountains, rock slides. This is just awesome to me. Like, anybody who loves crystals will probably be like, wow. And again, just picture that, but to be able to see it here. These are different though. These have, like, I don't even know what kind of quartz this is. They're, you know what? I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so if this focuses again, this quartz here, is everybody familiar with quartz? Maybe not, hold on. All right, just in case. So this is a quartz crystal point, 6 sides. And you can see the triangles, so 6 sides. These are similar, but they're a little bit different. So it will have like equal sides like this, and then the one side is different. The one side is more slanted upwards and has like a tiny little octagon look to it. I don't know what it's called, and it's very difficult to see it because it's small. You see the big one in the middle there? If I slowly go like that, you can see what I'm talking about, how it has that strange shape to it. But if you see the one in the back, it has the point. I just showed you the large one. But this guy right here in the middle has that strange cuts to it. So it goes like, instead of this triangle, it goes like an octagon on the top and flat like that. Now these guys here are very similar to that top. Some of them are that top, and then a lot of them look like this. They have just this slanted, and they're a piece of quartz sticking up out of there. So it's really weird, and that's what it looks like. So picture this in there, and that's what it looks like. And by the way, this is awesome, ain't it? What do you see when I do this collection? I cut and polish these. This is absolutely amazing. I think it's some kind of serpentine group gem. So anyway, that's it, and that's what you can find. So that's what's in here. That's what's in there. That's what's in there. Just a different style. And when you see that quartz looking like this, you say to yourself, "What the heck? I never seen quartz like that." You know, I've seen them like this all the time, and like that octagon version, but I've never seen a piece of quartz like that. So who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. And to see Mason, if you're watching this, if you ever come out here, there's a ton of these types of drainage ditches and ton of these rocks that we can go grab and see if we can find any awesomeness in them. All right, so that's it. Awesome, ain't it? Lots of love to you. Bye bye.